All right, so astrology time, everybody. Today's, was it Sunday? Yeah, it's Sunday, and it's the 14th of December. So got astrology for you. Today we're going to have the moon in Libra until about 10:36 in the evening, okay? It goes void, of course, and it enters Scorpio pretty promptly at 10:51. So what do we got for you? Well, today's going to be a slightly more gregarious version of yesterday. Oh, I like that. So get your health on track, however. We've got the sun, trine, Chiron, all right? So this is a good point for you to get back on things, right? Talking to me, okay? Shane, get back on things. Yes, okay, sure. Mars is square Neptune. Stop fooling yourself, okay? Diet and exercise matter, okay? Diet particularly. Looking at myself once again, okay? I got to get back on track, get some more fruits and stuff in there like I used to do. All right. Being out on the road all the time has made it impossible because I used to keep stuff in the fridge, right? Don't have that luxury anymore. So I got to get back to doing some of that, okay? Other than that, there's some great energy here for doing more of the same that you did yesterday. Enjoying life. Artistic eyes and stuff like that, right? Oh, hey, perhaps you can get a little bit of brick and mortar shopping done today too. Small and shopping small and locally will help out your friends and neighbors. The moon in Libra is crossing one of those apex points. If you remember October, this is where we really began to take off, okay? Now, it's slightly different with Uranus and Saturn in different signs, but the result is still the same, right? We're still making some inroads. We're doing some things. Some things are surprising us, and we're changing. We're evolving, right? This is what we're doing. We're evolving. So get help with something. That's really what that Libra thing was all about. It was about involving other people in what we're doing and trying to get them to help us out, okay? Particularly significant others. Some people can work together. Some people cannot. It's just important that you support each other in whatever way you can, okay? Not that you can directly help each other, but, one hand washes the other, right? We just try to take the burdens off of each other as best we can, whatever we can do at the time. So that's always helpful. Look, give up unproductive habits, okay? We had that moon crossing over those. We touched on this yesterday. We still need to focus on that, okay? Because the moon still isn't clear, Libra, and we still have that, the south node there, and we're very much in a mood to do that. So if you're struggling, reassess, okay? And get ready to move forward once you unburden yourself just a little, okay? The sun is closing in on Mars, and soon will trigger the Yule apex. So that's going to be, Mars just hit that. And, believe it or not, you're going to make it rain or snow, whatever the case may be. And today's keyword is gracious, because we're going to just be living graciously and doing the things that we need to be doing. Our color is festive blue lights, just festive blue lights. I saw some today that looked like they were flashing on a fence and almost looked like there was a cop up ahead or something like that, because it's one of those white fences that reflects. But it was just blue lights on it. That's how good my eyes are at night. So anyway, look, an expansive outlook is nice, but today we can take a look at how we've changed, okay? That's something that we really need to look at, what our habits are and how they can be tweaked and improved, because believe it or not all change is for the better, right? Sometimes we change things up and we're doing things that are not really the best for us, right? We may be indulging something a little bit too much, all right? Now, think about this. That damn email template, I finished it. It was a bear, okay? Not what I wanted. I'm going to work on the newsletter some tomorrow. I'm just going to work on it just to try to get a better format for it. I had an engaging and beautiful layout that I had put together, and yet it got jammed up in Canva because, and I'm normally quite comfortable with it, but all of my thumbnails, I do all my thumbnails in Canva, and it takes seconds for me to just do it, right? Because I've been doing it for so long. But every once in a while, I go down a rabbit hole of a design overhaul, like the newsletter, right? It was a new email feature, and it didn't quite render the way I wanted it to or export at all. So I had to take care of it. So think about it. I got Libra issues with my final design. It wasn't as beautiful as I wanted it to be, or I had planned for it to be, or I had envisioned it to be, or I had actually executed it to be, and then was like, screw this, I have to get this thing out of here, right? So I just made it like it was, and it came out wonky and just... Your company name. Yes, that's me. That's daily-astrocat.com is now your company name. So the moon squares Jupiter, and that is when we're being encouraged to let all the good times roll. Okay, we're just being encouraged to do that. Right? Square Jupiter, just forget that serious stuff. Let's just go forward. Let's just do this. Look, it's more, it isn't about stressing about what needs to be learned or done, okay? Because it's already done. We're already doing it. Monday's going to come along and we're going to be shot out of a cannon, believe me. But it's going to be a very slow rolling cannonball. It's going to gather moss, believe me. Now, it isn't about stressing out or worrying. It's about being present, both in the season and in the moment. Enjoy the time. Enjoy the newsletter. I'm working on finding ways to bring more of our community together. And that's what I'm really trying to do. This is my Pluto and Aquarius task, I guess. What's yours? Let me know. Drop me a note. You know what to do. I read all those. I love them. Okay, I'm going to be going live today at some point. Now, yesterday I had the same day appointment pop up, so I didn't get to do the things as early as I wanted to because I was out on the road. I attended my grandson's musical theater recital, and I had to end up leaving from there, bringing my wife back home, and then an hour and a half later was overlooking the ocean from a townhouse living room in Hampton, New Hampshire. Doing work, right? Looking out over the ocean. Windy as heck there. Expect a sudden burst of energy when the moon is void of course. That's going to be later on. Enjoy today because tomorrow it's going to be intense. We are going to be intensely focused and purpose-driven. So Mars enters Capricorn while you're sleeping. And it will enter Capricorn with the moon in Scorpio. So let's get intense. We're building up to that full moon on the new moon on the Friday, so that's what we're really working towards. Okay, so in 1918, in Giacomo Puccini's opera Il Trittico, the triptych premieres in New York City, and in 1961, Jimmy Dean, you know, he's a singer. His Big Bad John is the first country song to get a gold record. Now, it's the same guy as the sausage, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a staple on TV back in the day in the 60s, early 70s and stuff like that. So that's what I got for you. And our birth is Tycho Brahe. He is born in 1546 and he died in 1601. He's a Danish astronomer who set new standards for astronomical observations. And he's born in Knudstrup, Scania, in Denmark. And that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate and love every single one of you. Do all the nice things. Share. Save it for later. Do what you do, right? It just helps boost the algorithm and it makes it more accessible to a lot more people. And honestly, it's good stuff. So share it away. Today is a 7. Happy astrocatting.